I believe, students and people that come to us and traders. And the concept of trading more zoomed in sometimes is a little bit confusing, especially if you're newer to the trading world. And I believe I've seen a lot of the UTC students too. They still struggle a little bit with the time frame management of these type of trades or setups or what the charts show us. So, for instance, I'm just going to use just this coin, SUI. I've got it open just like this. There's no indicators here. And we're on the 7 day or the weekly, say a 7 day time frame here. And what I want to do is, this is weekly. This is basically what Marius is doing with all these analysis, looking at the longer term time frame and what's going on here, where the bottom is, where the top is, using the indicators too to measure the top and bottom. But what I want to bring more closer and also show what we do also at DTM and all DTM as well as MTT is I'm just going to take this section quickly. I'm going to take those two purple lines there. I'm just going to focus on, say, that section there and see what happened right there. Now, in a very zoomed out perspective on the 7 day, looking at this, you can see this is like the market just fell down, was just in a downwards move, like a bearish move definitely going on here. But what people, or a lot of people don't understand is when we zoom into a chart, or zoom into a different time frame, there is still a lot of opportunity, say, in that section there. And how do we do that? We say, I don't highlight this, but what we do is we basically go from, I'm going to go to 3 day. And you'll see even in 3 day, it's still a bit zoomed out, but it's already some opportunities. Like, say, if we just go on going up in the market, so it's just an upwards move and an upwards move, you can already see from 7 day to, say, to 3 day, there's already opportunity in that small move there and that small move there. And if you want to go measure it, you can do that. It's like a 47%. And say that one there is like a just 33%. So you have those opportunities that arises there. But even if we even zoom in much closer, say we go now to a 12 hour. Now 12 hour usually is where MTT is. That's where medium-term trades is. I'm just going to scritch that up a bit. Now what we see now in this downwards move, now remember I marked these two purple lines on the 7 day. Now what's more important here is now we can see there's more opportunities. So for instance, that one there, there's another one there, there's a small one there, also here, and I believe from this point, say, to that point, you can see there's also a couple of opportunities for that. So even if you measure that, that was like a 50%. And I mean, it's clear that 54%. So you can see the more we zoom in, the more we get opportunities in a zoomed in type of time frame. And this is where the power of MTT and DTM, Day Trade Masters, comes in, and where we use it. Now, even this is not 12 hour. Even if we go to 4 hour, and this is where we're now on Day Trade Masters territory, I'm just going to reset it and just bring it in a bit. Now you can see also right here what's happening. No, I mean, this is very, very, you can see from this purple line to this purple line, there's a lot of opportunities here. I mean, there's from that point, there's one there. And this is where basically Day Trade Masters, if you look at all these opportunities of this cycles going in and what we can take opportunities from. So, I mean, there's a lot of opportunities just inside a 4 hour time frame of what we would have had in, say, 7 days, if we now zoomed out totally again. And on the more longer term, where it's just, say, a downwards move. Now, that's what we use, and that's the principle we use for, say, Day Trade Masters. Now, in BitcoinTAF, we have a product, Day Trade Masters. I believe everyone is quite familiar with it. But I'm just going to open here and show everyone what Day Trade Masters, what we have and what it means. Now, about 2 years ago, we transitioned from Day Trade Masters. We made it Day Trade Masters Premium. And all Day Trade Masters subscribers get access to these channels. Now, it's one DTM channel, but they have different rooms. So we have an analyst chat, we have medium-term swing trades, which is MTT. I'll go a little bit into that later. Then we have DeFi setups, and weekly video updates, and also Day Trade Masters setups. Now, the old Day Trade Masters, or the more where everyone was used to getting from it, when we started, it was these day trade setups. What was it? It was basically trade signals that we used in Telegram and what we're still using, what we post out. But Day Trade Master setups, this usually concentrated on centralized exchanges. Centralized exchanges safe, like Mexi. You're looking at Binance, more centralized exchanges, the big exchanges. There's coins that we are focusing on there. Now, for instance, we can see here's DigiByte that was posted here by Corey, and I can just go more up, and you see DigiByte again. And this is the channel that we announced any stop losses. We announced any stop loss hits, always take profit hits, or if we had any take profit announcements, you can see there's a take profit 2-year, 8.41%. This is what we basically did in Day Trade Masters for that. So this is one of the rooms that's going to be added. But we added 3 other rooms as well, and I'll go through that briefly as well. But just to get, after this, I'll also go quickly and show what's the difference and how we use these signals. Now we use these chart setups to take full advantage of it and what you can use in your signal approach in those more shorter term type of trades. So this is then the one room, Day Trade or Day Trade Master setups. But what we've now added is a very, very important principle, and I don't believe anyone else is doing this currently, but we're doing it here at BitcoinTAF, and that is DeFi setups. Now, DeFi setups is a whole different ballgame when it comes to decentralized type of signal setups. Now, what this means is this is not on a centralized exchange. These are coins that's got a lot of potential that is placed on a decentralized type of exchange. And an example of this is then, say, DEX Screener. We look at DEX Screener, and what it also entails is we see a lot of these trading pairs that say based on Solana. So it won't be a USDT pair, it will be, say, the coin. It can be on a Solana based, or it can be on a Binance Smart Chain, or it can be on a Sweet, or it can be even on a Tau chain. So this is what we look at. So for instance, this is one that we now did in the channel that Corey posted. It is Kita. And what he did is he also posted this chart here of all the take profit levels. I'll go shortly through that, how that works. But this is what he also posted out there. Now, I don't think anyone else is doing these type of trade setups. Now, this is very important because what we do here too, we give you entries, we get you stop losses, we give you also the target market cap and where the potential profit is at. So this is what we totally go into DeFi setups. This is usually done on the 12-hour time frame too. So we cover both exchanges. We cover decentralized exchanges, we cover centralized exchanges. So that's a really winning combination, and especially in a downwards market, these type of DeFi calls and signals that we've been posted is really, really doing well. And then medium-term trade reports, MTT, is what we also have. This is also more on centralized exchanges. This is now on coins that has been on a medium-term time frame that we've been talking about, with it's more a 12-hour type of time frame as well. But I quickly want to jump into the charts here and quickly look at DigiByte. Now, I want to do this little function where you can rewind. And this, I just want to discuss of how the signals work, or how a Day Trade Master signal work. So I'm just going to take it back here to where our purple line is. This is when the signal was called. I believe it was around the 7th of April. And then what we give you an entry zone, we give you a stop loss, and then we give you target point labels. Target point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is by no means financial advice. This is just what we trade and Day Trade Masters, me and Corey. So what's the type of trade setups we put for ourselves out, and then people basically see what we do. We post the signals out. So target point. So entry zone is what we usually look for. This is the entry zone. We usually have like a trend line that runs there too. So when it breaks this entry zone, we know this is a good potential buy, especially what you look at the Detonator 2, bottom of momentum. We know this can start moving up nicely. We do some analysis on these coins, a very in-depth analysis. So the type of analysis we use for Day Trade Masters and MTT, we teach in the Ultimate Trading course. This is what we teach the students, is how to actually do their own charts and do their own types of setups. And the technical analysis we do behind this is can range anything from Fibonacci circles. We do very, very strong technical analysis lines called historical projection levels. It's levels that not a lot of people know how to pull. And we use that as well in the analysis. But yes, what it basically means is target point levels. You can then use this as your entry zone. You can look at, say, this is now on a centralized exchange. You can use Binance, like exchange like that, and do an OCO order on this. You will have then your stop loss here at the bottom. You have your entry zone, and you can then fill it in as your OCO orders, and then you got your target points that you can usually trade with. So you can get in here as the chart goes up, as it breaks here, find support. If you're usually looking for a candle to go over, find support and start moving up. And as it moves up, say we reach target point 1, we will announce in our channel that DigiByte has come to level 1. Then what we usually do is we take our stop loss level and we just move it, say, to entry level. And as we go higher and higher, the more it goes upper, the more we tend to raise our stop loss level. Now, this is something not a lot of people, or this is something a lot of people forget, is to raise your stop loss level as your trade goes higher and get to the target points. Because, I mean, if you just keep it right here at that level there, if it should come down, you will basically not, they won't have any profit. So this ensures you, if you pull that stop loss level and put it up and up as we go up to the different target points, ensure you stay in profit. And even if it then hits that stop loss level, you have made your profit as well. So usually with day trade masters for our setups, we're looking at a stop loss of not more than, I believe it's 10%, or say 5 to 10%. This one is about 5%. And we also look in between levels. It's like 5% levels in increment, say to a certain, to the top of target point 5 in this instance. And I'm just going to play this and show everyone how this worked out. Basically, we entered and it just went up. So oscillating up and down, using the detonator on all the green dots, and getting in on the green dots and getting out on the red dots. And this is what we basically use. We use the detonator solely on MTT and DTM for these type of target points as well. So it went up nicely, still moving onwards. I believe we're getting close to the end of it. But yeah, we're getting very close to target point 5. So we definitely had like a increase in the trend going from this point upwards to target point 4 that it hit right there. And that was a very nice, if you traded this up about 17, 18% that you could have made there. So this is basically what Day Trade Masters is. You use these levels that we give in a Telegram signal for you, and you can then apply it in your own charts. And then lastly, quickly, I just want to quickly go here to Array, for instance. This is an MTT chart. Now, basically, almost the same as Day Trade Masters, but remember, this is on a 12-hour time frame. And these levels are a little bit more further apart. So as you can see, we have a bottom entry zone, which we usually say this is the bottom entry zone. It looks good here. We can look at entry here. We can use these levels, these black levels that we have here. We can use for target points as well as stop loss levels up until the tentative top of 117. We've seen a past week or so, we see a great increase on some of the centralized exchange coins that we have from MTT trade reports. So you also get a report of MTT, a regular report with new charts. I also take some charts out if it's not working out, if it's just going sideways. We rather want to focus on coins that are really going up and doing magnificently well. So this was Ray. So basically you can then from bottom entry, you can ride it up. It's going to take a bit longer. I believe this was, I think from that move to that move was about 4 days, when and DTM is quite quicker sometimes, where it's more in a day or in a few hours. So yeah, bit more patience in MTT, but I like this trading style, a more medium to long-term trading style. It gives me quite full control to see, and the detonator is beautiful on 12-hour especially. And we actually advise everyone to look at 4-hour, 12-hour, 3-day time frames, not daily so much. 12 hours very, very strong, as well as 8 hours. So on MTT, it's currently now already 48% up for Ray. You can see the levels here, tentative top, we have at $3.90. So MTT is a bit more longer. It's more, I would say, 7 to 45 days, 12-hour time frame. But yeah, it's up to you at the end of the day what you are comfortable with trading, how much time you have available, and you can then decide, are you going to rather do DTM, are you rather going to do entity, or both of them, as well as then get into the DeFi setups too that we have here. that you can also play a little bit with. Bit more risky, but definitely a lot of potential in the decentralized finance coins as well. So Maurice, that's all from me. I just want to show what we're doing here in MTT and DTM. And over
Wow,
to you.
that was a excellent analysis. I wonder if we mustn't cut this out and just throw it under the welcome section, in
Sure, we
BitcoinTAF.com. When
can.
new members come, they can go and have a look at that. It actually opens your eye for 4 hour, 12 hour, and maybe let me show quickly